Hello, everyone. Welcome to another race in the SHI Tournament Olympics in the Zelda II Randomizer event. This is the semifinal between Rose City Saint and Buzz Thunder. I am Angry Larry, joined by Unos. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks, Larry. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm pushing 800 buttons and messing up the layout and the cropping area, but we don't need to discuss that on the air, do we?
Well, it looks good.
Looks great. Wait until you see me hitting the buttons. But
I see that.
yeah, it's pretty good. But it's been a while, but I'm ready to get back into this. What are your expectations for this matchup?
I'm expecting that Buzz is going to have to win in order to save a little bit of face here for putting me in Super Mario Brothers and Tetris and not this game on the Pain of Thunder team.
That is right. I forgot all about that meme of you throwing Buzz out the window when he suggests you should race Echo the Dolphin and not the two games you're good at. But, I mean, he is in the semifinal with a chance to go on for the gold medal. So for the team, I guess it's not that bad. Rose City Saint is playing for the Rose City Nation of Fapagidia. And it's he's representing Fap, Cantaloupe and Armageddon Time. See how he does.
That name is a mouthful, and I already forgot it.
Yeah, their flag is something awesome, though.
It is. It's terrific, man. That black bass and whatever else is happening there. I don't even care. Is there a rose on the black bass?
There is, yeah, and it took all of 2 minutes to make.
Nice. Ours looks like crap, man, compared to that.
Well, I mean, yeah. Speaking of crap, they are underway, and we'll be here in Hyrule shortly.
Oh man, they're going different ways out of the North Palace.
Oh, we have the town of Rudo.
RZS is just gonna go back in there and check for any loot. Oh, I thought he was looking for Bagoo, man. He's heading back toward that forest.
He might have dropped his keys. Interesting they didn't go look for Bagoo, but Buzz is in the graveyard encounter. In fact, no, Rose City Saint is going to skip it, looking for that early pea bag, and only finds a red jar.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh. Gotta find the item caves.
Oh, well, there are.
Nice swamp encounter here.
Yeah,
he's going around the forest.
These are Swiss flags, so there won't be any mixture of the small and the large enemies.
That doesn't always even make it easier, though.
Depends on your encounter. For the swamp encounters, though, you won't have to deal with the red divers while trying to wade through the swamp. But for the desert encounters, the lesser variety, it could make a big difference if they were mixed.
Yeah.
And this cave also can make a big difference if they're mixed or not, the medicine cave.
Right, the first part can be a bit tricky, but then the second part really only gets easier. Although these gorillas are no fun. And Buzz jumped in the lava after seeing the item and it's just like, I'm out. Or did he actually get it?
No, he didn't get it, and he up-A'd right after he came back to life. So he's going to forego the flute. So we all want to make sure that this is a flute-required seed from now on.
For sure. That's a bold play to just be like, nah, I don't need a flute.
Yeah, expect, like, how long would it take him to just walk back and get it and then up-A from there? What, 5 seconds, 10 seconds most?
10, 11, yeah.
As somebody who's on his team, do you consider that to be a fault of his? Like, are you going to yell at him in the team locker room?
Yeah, I'll do that. Probably shove him into the locker or something like that, or get a wet towel and just slap him on the ass with it or something. Is that what you do?
Yeah, speaking of getting slapped on the ass, he's in the medicine cave right now. Sorry, the magic container cave. And he's going to get the raft.
The raft.
So certainly if you're going to forego one item for another, even though you can have both, the raft is something you want to find early. Of all the people in the SHI Tournament Olympics, who is the person you think has been shoved in a locker the most?
Oh, man. Dang, man. I don't even know who all's in it. Shoot. It's not Dig Shake, is it?
I'm sure it would be Dig Shake. I don't know about it. I don't know. I have to think about it. I mean, JSR is probably somebody I would shove into a locker. But that's just because he wears his hat crooked, and that annoys me. But Tanararu here.
He seems like he'd be more difficult to fit into a locker.
That would probably, half of our roster is probably difficult to fit in a locker. Nier probably fits into the locker the easiest out of everyone. But
depends on the hair situation.
Yeah, that's true. Rose City Saint is now in Magic Container Cave. And I believe he was in there. He took a peek before and then came out and then went back in. See what our spell in Raru is, and it is the fairy spell.
Woohoo!
So Buzz has fairy and the raft so far. Rose City Saint has the flute and the raft. That is our 4-minute item recap.
They tried to put BGT into the locker, but he soft locked it.
Oh, yeah. Ever since a young age, that boy's been soft locking things, man. And Rose City Saint has now found Raru while Buzz is in P-Bag Cave. And that brings up the question of the day. Question of the day is, what is your favorite kind of cookie?
Well, do you want to go first?
P-Bag. Well, the audience can participate whenever they want. We'll read it whenever we, care to read it. They don't really matter too much, but get the fairy spell here for Rose City Saint. Buzz got the P-Bag in P-Bag Cave.
I'm real simple, man. I like a chocolate chip cookie. Used to make them with my grandpa when I was a kid.
So what are your ingredients in chocolate chip cookie? Because from what I understand, it's just brown sugar, egg, vanilla extract, the chocolate chips.
I mean, obviously flour.
Yeah, flour.
Yeah, butter flour, sugar, and some sort of mixture of brown sugar and sugar, at least half brown sugar.
So look what Buzz had to do. I'm sorry to interrupt the cookie discussion with some of this, but Buzz had a fairy through Fairy Cave. So not only is it an important spell, but it looks like it might be the spell that gets him out of the starting area. Try to remember if there was anything else in the chocolate chip cookie recipe.
Like baking soda.
Yeah.
Big deal.
And then you had to grease you put your hand in a plastic baggie and scoop out a little Crisco and smear it on the pan. I don't know if you ever did that.
Yeah, that's one way to go. I'd probably use parchment paper at this point.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about 1980s cookie making when there were no rules, before we were babied by every little thing, and the news scared us away from things like, oh, raw egg, can make you unhealthy.
Raw egg.
Yeah.
You'd have to, if you ate a raw egg every day for the rest of your life, you'd still have half a chance to get salmonella from it ever.
So Rose City Saint looks like he's confused on where to go. He's doubling back into some caves. He might have lost the overworld bit. He has not checked maybe the grave tile that brings him to Fairy Cave to use the fairy spell to go through. Buzz, meanwhile, is on the other side. He finds the trophy to add to his collection in Trophy Cave. So this is looking like a pretty straightforward vanilla seas so far.
Yeah, he's got Rudo right by start as well to come back and check that. And Rose City Saint's looking at Rudo and going, where now?
Yeah, and he hasn't dove into that grave tile either. He's going to probably check this cave again as well. Yeah, he is, and that is Death Mountain. So now I wonder if Rose City Saint is thinking Death Mountain's the way to go. And certainly it probably is a way you could go. But he did not see the graveyard tile that gets him to the other side.
Yeah, and what if he stumbles into a glove? How would that be?
Yeah, that's the unfortunate situation of doing something quote-unquote wrong. Is, you can find the early raft and then go on to the Eastern Continent, but then the other person goes the wrong way, finds the glove, and gets forced into the raft location as well, and they're in better situation. But we see Spectacle Rock there, and no hammer, no love.
So yeah, he might just stumble in the raft, or maybe just falls out back into the overworld. Oh, look at that! It's got the hammer cave.
Well, he's beeping right now, so I think he did a life check to see how much life he has left. I didn't see how much it was, because I was looking at Buzz get the shield spell in Saria. That was shield and not reflect, right?
Correct, yes. It is shield spell, the one that doesn't actually say the word shield in the text. Now, when are we going to get those, the change of the text that tells us what the spell is? Like it's a riddle, and then you get the answer.
That'd be fun. I'd enjoy that. It's hard to constrain to the, what is it, like 10 characters per line that you're given in the Zelda 2 bubble. But I'm looking forward to the lady spell.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Is that in the books yet? I mean, like that's gonna happen.
I don't know. I think the person who created this game quit Twitch because he couldn't update it by a certain date.
Oh, well, that's a bummer.
Well, Rose City Saint takes the death there. He has 1 life left. That was a bad screen to take a death on. Certainly, you'd want that extra life for this screen. But there's just a red moblin and a blue moblin. He's got the fire spell, which I guess is shield.
Short range fire spell.
Oh, that's his beam sword. Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty cool short range fire spell though. Who's? Oh, I thought that was. Tracker was Hans Buttface.
Yeah, Hans Buttface might have missed something on Buzz Thunder's side. After all was said and done, what was the item in Death Mountain?
I looked, and I already forgot. Was it a pea bag?
It might have been a heart container.
Oh, he found the gravestone.
Yeah, he got the gravestone. Now he's on to the other side. So what is he missing so far that Buzz Thunder has found already? He's found the trophy spell and the shield spell in Saria. And he's in Heart Container Cave, and he's getting the hammer. So those are the few things he's behind on right now, but they're not anything that is too entirely important. He has the knowledge of where, in fact, Spectacle Rock is if he needs to dive back.
Yeah, he can just, at this point, it's really anybody's guess what the right move is. He can just jump on the raft anytime he really feels comfortable doing that, and it might be the perfect move.
Palace 5, that was the first palace we've seen, I believe. Here's the second palace coming up. And 3 or 6.
Good old 3 or 6. Go stab the statue and find out, like I do. Wink.
Let's go see if we can get some answers about our cookie question in chat. Armageddon Time says classic Oreo. To that I say shut up, Arma. White chocolate chip and raspberry. What the hell are you putting fruit in my food for?
White chocolate chip and raspberry. White chocolate's not actually a thing, right?
That's totally a thing.
No, but I mean, it's not really chocolate, though.
I don't want you ruining my illusion of it being chocolate.
Okay, it's totally chocolate.
There you go. What is it made of? I don't even know what it's made of.
I guess like the other ingredients in chocolate, like, butter, soy, sugar.
We have a 5 magic container requirement here in New Kasuto for the cross, huh?
Hmm.
There's only one person who likes that item, and I bet you he's going to speak up and tell us how good it is right now.
Well, maybe he'll get the spell here in the back house, or 4 more heart containers in a candle form for Buzz waiting. So this is This is Rose's first trip to Sorry, I guess. Nope, and Buzz didn't go to cash in his trophy?
He did not. It's an up air away, and he was already on the other side of the continent to do it.
Yeah, he's going to cut down on his backtrack, I'm sure. Still, sometimes it's... I guess at this point it's not that important to really know it, but at a certain point, he's going to want to know if he needs to dive any items and palaces or not.
Well, I guess he knows that spell is too costly to cast because he's leaving without checking the erect tower in the back of the village. There was the grass tile. I'm sorry, I didn't see what was in the grass tile.
I missed it, man. I keep seeing stuff happen and then just not process it. I think it was a pea bag. That's my answer. If I didn't see it, it's a pea bag.
Yeah, it is 86. It might be a little bit hard to see, but that is a 6 and not an 8. Not a 0. So it's 86, and he only has 80 right now. Rose City Saint finds the last of the palaces on the continent.
Oh, Buzz survives the blue Lizalpo's touch. I know he's going to get swole here on some Eastern pea bags.
Swole, is that like woke or thirsty? Is he thirsty for pea bags?
Yeah, that's the same. Those are the same things, I think. Hey, what's that one? You got like one rogue forest tile there on the other side of the path.
Yeah, it was probably a forest that's cut across by the road. That can't be an encounter because we know that the only thing that can overwrite the encounter, being the 8 tiles around it, is the raft location. But there's a perfectly placed road right there on Rose City Saint side. So that's 4 is on the west, on the east. And we have Darunia. So Buzz has a way to get upstab if he so chooses, but he's not going to go do it. Trying to see what Rose City Saint had. Buzz has an extra magic container as well, and I missed that. So that must have been what was on the grass tile. Because the 5th one allowing him to get into the place.
Yeah. Did Buzz just get sent back by the River Devil?
I don't know, but that would be great if he did.
All these caves, though, it's hard to think just now that he's blocked out, but... Oh, look, an item cave. I was gonna do a little bit of grinding. Oh man, this cave is just so long that Buzz is in. Always real excited to find out what my terrible item is, and just thinking, man, are we there yet?
Yeah, and it's tucked because where the pea bag is placed, it's like the item is like pushed against the wall, so it makes you go the maximum distance. And he just finds a heart container, which, you know, when you only have 4 and it's 17 minutes into the race, it's not the worst item to find.
Nah, that's not bad. When it's at the end and you're looking for the kid to get thunder, yeah, the heart containers, so they make you want to strangle somebody, but at this point now, you're just like, okay, whatever.
Rose City Saint is still exploring the western continent here. According to my calculations, he has every item available. The only thing he hasn't found is Mito, I guess, for downstab.
Yeah, he could do himself a favor getting that before he goes east. But he definitely has had a slower east than, or west than Buzz did, because of his trip to Hammer Cave mostly, I think, but also kind of getting a little bit lost.
So if you were, I wouldn't say wasting time, but if you felt like you were doing things a little bit slowly to start and you had the knowledge of where Spectacle Rock was and you had the hammer, would you take a chance right now and go there and say, let me just cut my losses, and maybe if this is good, then I'm in a good place?
Definitely check Spectacle Rock. It was one cave away. I think he passed through one cave to see where Spectacle Rock was, and he already has the item for it. He's already cleared out the Hammer Cave, so it's not like he's going to make any more trips back to Death Mountain.
And he up A's there. I wonder, he can't find Mito. Have we seen Mito on Buzz's side?
I don't know.
I'm wondering, I think I saw a little bit of a river to the south. I don't want to speculate here, but maybe we have a situation where we need the boots, but we have not seen, you know, proper cave or jump cave, or in fact, I don't think we've seen both sides of Saria. Maybe we have.
I don't recall. And there was a little sliver down below the river, but unless it bends up somewhere, that river bends up somewhere, there's definitely not room for Mito to be down there. But I don't think that. Oh, look at that campsite.
Nice little campsite, and Rose City Saint finds that the trophy gives you Reflect, so required spell, but Buzz has the means to get it, and it's just a quick up A away, and he's got to go do the Palace in the Western Continent anyway, so it's no real big deal that Rose City Saint has it.
Yeah, it only matters if Buzz just forgets to go into the town next time he up A's, or every time after that. But this Bonner Pass campsite has basically stolen a minute of his time.
And with that minute, Rose City Saint is going to dip into this cave that's going to bring him the Spectacle Rock, so we'll see what he gets. Both players using Fairy to get out of encounters. And Buzz finds a Lizalfo stuck for 200. And what can he get here total? There's another 200.
Yeah, level up. All right, RCS is at the Spectacle Rock. I've heard of worse.
What was it? Because I think you're a little bit
The
behind.
magic container.
Okay.
Still, RCS is at 96 magic points now, and Fairy Spell is 49. So, hooray.
Well, Buzz is now going to find the second of the P-Bag Caves on the Eastern Continent. Remember, Rose City Saint has not been to the East yet.
Oh, and look how good this cross is. You can see an enemy.
And he just got dig shook. I have to believe that Rose City Saint's going to give up on the Mito Dream right now and go ahead and go to the east.
That's tough. I'd find that very frustrating to be looking for Mito and then leave without finding it.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't found it by now, the game must be telling you something. Like, it's not available, it's not accessible. Like, look at all that water right there to where you can maybe walk up and around. Or perhaps you never went this way.
I've seen what's at the top of that road. It's just I think it dead ends up near below the whatever town is in the east on the north side.
Okay, so that's a way you can walk around with the boots, but you said you can get there from the starting area?
Yeah, he just saw this dead end up here from the other side. I have no idea. This is interesting. I mean, if this were happening to me, I'd assume that the game was telling me that I'm a bad navigator.
All right, there's Palace 2 in the east, so that leaves Palace 1 and Palace 3 or 4 to be divided on Maze Island or Valley of Death. Actually, no, Great Palace is somewhere. What was the third palace on the west? Do we know?
4, 3, or 6, and
Oh, 4 was on the west? Okay.
Didn't you say it was on the east, though?
I did, but I could have been wrong because Rose City Saint might have walked into it as well. We might find out here if he dips in because I think that's the one I don't know what it is.
That one is 3 or 6, but there's one just to the west of it. Or is it, man? Okay, this is maybe... I don't know. I don't know.
It's like every palace is in a swamp. So every time you look up and you see a palace, it's in a swamp. 4 and 2 were on the east. Yeah, that's what I thought. 4 and 2 were on the east. So that means it might be 3, 6, and 5 are on the west.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was 5 and 3 or 6. So I'm just looking for... Still looking for Mito. Gotta know. Oh.
We also need to know drippers. Oh, it was about to drip. It was about to rain. And Buzz scrolled the screen.
Is RCS ready to head east yet?
Well, he's double checking all the towns still. And he's banging into another cave, left side of Jump Cave right there. And he's gonna go through Jump Cave. And like I said, I don't believe I've seen the other side of Jump Cave, and I'm not even too sure I've seen Parappa Cave.
Yeah. And above like the Long Bridge, there's a water block to the left, and there's a cave over there. So it could be that one of these caves goes to a secluded Mito on the very far west.
There's 100-point Stalfoses, Stalfi, that are in the Dripper. 100 points though, maximum value. Buzz is going to ferry through the key room for the fun of it and see the key.
All right.
We used to have a joke about this room, that same room in 5, in Palace 5, that doesn't have the key. That it's it's... Well, we found Mito on the other side of Jump Cave, so Rose City Saint will be getting downstab. Before I ask my question, I was just going to say that we used to always have that running joke in Palace 5, like, oh, I know this room's a dead end, but I'm going to go to the end of it anyway, kind of joke. And that helped us remember that room was a dead end. Clearly, Buzz did not remember that it also applies in 2 and for keys and such. How much of an advantage through all the... he was holding down when he's... Okay, he's going to be able to get in there. That's right, it's only when you do jump.
Yeah, when you're off the ground, or if you turn into a fairy like right as you enter the screen for whatever reason, doesn't let you in the house. When it's auto walk.
So Rose City Saint making sure that he got this down stab. How much of an advantage will it be for him that he has it and Buzz doesn't?
I don't know. I don't think it will be. I think Rose City Saint is just behind at this point. If downstab's required, Buzz will probably end up finding it later anyway, and it might be after he has boots, which will just make him be able to just walk right over to it. I think that Buzz probably knows where it is, where Mito is, and just decided the heck with it.
So Buzz also does cast Fairy there after getting the key, after casting Fairy before he got the key. And waste a little bit of magic.
Yeah, just make sure to double prevention methods for getting through that door. And all right, great. Oh look, a little dig shake for Buzz's first palace item dive.
Yeah, and can't say that he didn't deserve it for all these misuse of fairies, and it was just a way it's like called karma, I think. He just misuses the magic spells and then was able to, he got one up for his effort. Because the game knows that he needs to take another death here to get through another door. So, just helping him out.
Oh, the Moas are stacked on each other. They look so good.
All right, we're on the Eastern Continent now for Rose City Saint. He's going to wake up to find the town of Nubaru. Is it Nubaru? No, it's New Kasuto, right?
The first town should be New Kasuto.
Yeah, we didn't see Nubaru. I was thinking of when Buzz got the mirror.
Buzz picks up the key off the Crumble Bridge drop section. How many times have you fallen through there without downstab and completely missed picking up the item?
Oh, I've whiffed on that several times over.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, all right, well, this will be easy. I'm just gonna fall down here and gonna press the B button, and then you're in the lava, and the item's still there, laughing.
The key on the Crumble Bridge in 1 and 5 as well, I missed plenty of times. You try to do that stupid swag, jump over it, turn around, and stab the key, and then you just totally miss, and you gotta walk back and get it.
I like in 5, when you get baited into, grabbing the P bag that's on the bridge there, and then it sets off the repeating enemy, offsets them, and then you got to keep jumping around them, and they knock you back and crap.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. When they're out of sync, yeah, because they're nice. You can just keep walking. If it's the unicorn head, you can just keep walking, and they won't bother you. But you try to jump and slash the key or the P bag, whatever it is, and yeah, they start spawning in the air. It's horrible. But here's our item in New Kasuto. It's a heart container.
And Buzz has found the most annoying room in the game, and gets the key out of it.
Yeah, the equal dash room.
Yeah, the fake boss room.
How come no one says Keebler Fudge Stripe cookies anytime I ask what the favorite cookie is?
I think they know you like those. They're just trying to mess with you.
Probably. No one brought up Girl Scout cookies this time, but so I didn't go on my rant about how I like the Walmart knockoff variety of Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, Aldi has the same thing. I can get Thin Mints at Aldi for like $1.40 for the same amount of Thin Mint. Oh, we got another entry. Keebler soft batch cookies. We call those, and my wife and I call those soft bitch, because on the receipt at Kroger they cut out the vowels, so it just looks like BTCH.
I now call them soft bitch as well.
All right, we got another one.
Can you Superman a soft batch or no?
What's that?
You know, Superman a soft batch.
Like Superman Dad Ho?
Yeah, kinda.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I can do anything to a cookie. So I'm just gonna say yes.
Yeah, I can do anything to a Soulja Boy song. What is everyone's favorite Soulja Boy lyric? Please type it out in chat right now. You can use Google if you want. Buzz is going to make his way back to New Kasuto and grab this heart container. Meanwhile, Rose City Saint grabs the P-bag, the one-up in the P-bag cave. As Bentglass Tube appreciates the zoom in on Luigi's crotch in Discord.
Alright, AFK looking at that.
So no advantage there for Rose City Saint because Buzz Thunder quickly went back to New Kasuto to grab the item, but alas, it was just a heart container, so no advantage to either player. Nice accessible and free water tile there if we find the boots. No glove right now, no boots. Buzz neglected to get the horn. We have not seen Maze Island. And
no, I haven't been there.
And I did not notice the entrance to Valley of Death, although we could have seen that.
Yeah, it's just just a step or two west of like Palace 4. Yeah, it's right in the neighborhood where RCS is right now, I believe.
So Buzz has to try to take all these pass-through caves to make something work here. I don't... Might have to dip into one of the other palaces to grab the boots here. We might be getting to that point, but we have... Nope, that's the spawner pass. He's been there before.
Yep, and RCS looked at it and said, nope.
Yeah, that goes to the camping site. And there's a nice little desert tile right there that leads right into like a water, little inlet pond area. Rose City Saint's going to pick up this pea bag. Oh, sorry, this heart container in pea bag cave.
Yeah, so RCS is just east of where the Valley Death is right now. Oh, kid pickup for Buzz.
Why is the kid always on the desert? Can we talk about that?
No.
We're not talking about that. We're moving on.
Okay.
Rose City Saint is leaving the pea bag cave.
There's New Baru.
Thunder and Mito seems to be the only thing that's going to be somewhat of a troll. Rose City Saint is in Palace 4 now. He's got Reflect. It costs 50 at Magic 4, so he's got plenty of magic for it.
Yeah, I'm kind of... I don't know how surprised I am that Buzz didn't maybe pop into Palace 4 just to see if the item were sitting out front.
Oh, we do have Fire, and Fire is linked to another spell.
And Fire is in New Baru.
Was it Shield? No, it was not Shield. Oh, it might be Life, Spell, Thunder, or Reflect.
Yeah, and it's cheap, so you can keep testing it out.
Yeah, he likes to take...
he's taking an encounter. Come on.
Yep.
Thunder.
Fire, Thunder. And it's already 8 at Magic 5.
Well, bullcrap. And RCS is trying to get sandwiched, but he has too much life. He's too strong.
But it did work out in the end. I think you're way behind on Rose City Saint.
I am, and I've pushed him forward as much as I can, so that sucks.
But I delay so I don't spoil the excitement for you. He did find the boots in Palace 4.
Yeah, very nice. That may bring him some progress a lot more quickly than Buzz has made it in the Eastern continent. And Buzz is back. He's checking out Rudo. He says, "Okay, I have 2 of my 3 spells that I need," and now he's 3-3.
Yeah, so there's your answer why he didn't go back into 4. He didn't have. He didn't get Reflect at the time, but now he does. And Rose City Saint's going to make his way through Darunia to get the upstabs. Look what Buzz is going to go do.
Where? He's... He's getting the recorder. I thought when he... I guess maybe he didn't find Maze Island yet, so... That's interesting.
So 34 minutes later, 35 minutes later maybe, Buzz Thunder goes back to Medicine Cave to get the flute that he passed up on originally. We have a question in chat for you, Yunus. Wasabi, yes or no?
Yes.
Wasabi. I don't know if I've ever ate wasabi.
I don't know if I've ever had a real wasabi or if I just had horseradish that had green food coloring in it. Just wouldn't know the difference. You don't do sushi, do you? That's way out of Larry's zone, right?
Yeah, no. I had tuna fish today. That's as close as I get. But it's more
Nice.
like I had mayonnaise with a little bit of tuna flavor.
Tuna salad.
So Rose City Saints has the boots, and he's walking around. We see Maze Island right there as he walks up.
This is very exciting for me. Oh, look at this. And he's going up. Some river and Maze Island. Oh, wow.
Cheese on garlic bread, yes or no? That's a big yes. I'm a sucker for like the Pizza Hut cheesy garlic bread. The kind you get as an appetizer, but you kind of eat it as a meal before your full personal pan pizza comes. And you're too full to eat it. Yeah, it's definitely me. It's all me.
Do you remember the old school Pizza Hut breadsticks?
No, I don't.
They were kind of doughy. They were very long, and kind of thin, and they kind of like had a split side, so that it was crusty on the top and bottom, but the side was open and doughy.
Yes, because Pizza Hut Express used to give those out in the meals, where you get like a personal pan pizza meal, and they'd have 3 of those breadsticks with like a thing of marinara sauce. Yeah, I like those.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, you get like an order of breadsticks, and I mean, you can eat like 2 of those, and then bam, full.
Yeah, I think they even had a breadstick meal in the Pizza Hut. We saw Maze Island had Palace 1, has a pea bag in the former Magic Container location.
Which puts the Grand Palace in the Valley of Death.
I think so too. Did we see Great Palace on West Continent? Because Toaster says that other half of 3 or 6 is in Valley of Death.
All right, then.
We dropped the ball on the Western Continent palaces, and I also dropped the ball on what Rose City Saint just picked up there.
I got you covered then. Hold on. Oh, it's the medicine.
Somebody took his medicine.
Won't that just be funny if that turns out to be the thunder spell, you know? And he doesn't actually get... And RCS doesn't find fire, but he knows where to find the Mito to get thunder. I've never had Capo's or Capo's pizza. Tell us a little bit about it, Nerm.
So Buzz has to take a death here to get through that door. Certainly keys and the magic key are an issue. Even with we're low magic containers here. Rose City Saint has the 6th magic container because of Spectacle Rock. Buzz has 5, and at Magic 5, it looks like you can only cast it once. And there were his boots.
Yeah, so I think at this point it's hard to give any advantage to RCS. But we are 42 minutes in, and no one has placed a gem yet.
Yeah, it seems to me like they could have. It just doesn't seem like they're going into palaces now that Rose City Saint's in 1 and Buzz is in 4. Did Rose City Saint not complete 4 when he was in it?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see him fight Karok.
I
He
didn't
has
see
6 gems still.
Yeah, I didn't see him fight Karok either. I wonder why he bailed out of there. Maybe he bailed out because of he got the boots, but he certainly could cast Reflect. Maybe he was having key fairy issues, and we just didn't notice in the up aid.
Yeah, I think he might just make it a decision there to say, okay, well, I still want to figure out if I'm going to need to find another spell still. So I'm going to keep exploring. Because that really changed how he approaches these final bits of the game, and also find himself another magic container, because even at 6 magic containers, he can't cast Fairy twice in a life.
Yeah, and you can see Buzz had to kill himself again to get enough to cast Reflect.
Yeah. Besides the magic issue right now, Buzz is basically in the sprint of the end game. He just needs to finish a bunch of palaces.
Well, Rose City Saint is in the item room in Palace 1, and this is going to be something that could give him a leg up.
Oh! The glove? Yeah, I forgot that was usually needed for the game. Let's see if it actually is.
Well, nevertheless, Buzz has to find Maze Island first, and there's no doubt he's going to eventually find Maze Island. He has the boots now, and he has a good awareness of what the Eastern Continent holds, and I would doubt missing the glove, he would pass up the opportunity of getting the item in 1. So Rose City Saint had a few fortunate things, like getting the boots, finding the glove, and getting to certain things like Hammer Cave and New Kasuto Spell Tower before Buzz, but nothing has panned out, and certainly even the Reflect spell was very free. Rose City Saint, even when he gets the items first, it's, very easy for Buzz to catch up.
Mm-hmm. There, Buzz is checking out the boot tile, and now I'm expecting he's heading to Maze Island. It's a very memorable little thing to that little alcove into the water. No problem, just clears out encounter with Thunder spell for 8 magic. Well, these two guys get their first gem in less than a minute apart.
Yeah, so Buzz has the kid. He's not even going to bother to go through and get upstab. There's the ex-wife who went back to get the horn just for that. Let's see where it takes him. He's going to go left here. There's a town. It's got to be Kasuto. Which, again, he passed up on the spell in Darunia. There's no need for him to go into Kasuto, and he bypasses it. And Road City Saint goes into 2. Now, remember, Buzz was here before, and we believe Helmet Head is glove blocked. And Road City Saint is going to go in here for the first time with the glove.
Yeah, I didn't catch exactly how many ways Buzz had to go to find that out, but...
Yeah. I mean, he found the glove block pretty early, way before he found the fake boss room and before he found the key room he ferried through. He found the glove block initially. It might be as close as the next room over that Rose City Saint's in right now. But here's where Buzz... And now, it's a little bit different, because in the race between Nirm and myself, Nirm found Fire Thunder. There's the glove block room. Relatively early, and put it to good use for the rest of the seed. Just, blowing people out of the water. Buzz really doesn't have that luxury, because he only has 5 magic containers, and he needs Fairy to get through doors.
Right, so he can cast about 3 times before he's got to sit on it.
Yeah, so... I mean, he is casting it. But unlike, Rose City Saint, he doesn't have that 6th magic container, and he has to be careful about how many times he uses it. He's going to pick up Key.
No, I saw RCS in the north. Did he actually get to Nubaru?
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
No, he did not. He only has the 4 spells.
Oh, the mascot of Zelda II Randomizer.
So here's, I mean, he does get the magic refill there, but he's also, I wouldn't say wasting time, but taking more time going to get the keys as he goes along. So,
yeah. Yeah, it's really just the magic is kind of slowing this race down quite a bit, and I don't know that he would have needed that key, but if he doesn't get that key and he has to die, that also burns up time.
and there is jump, so I believe that we're going to be, what are we looking at? Darunia and what's the other town we can get an item out of? Balmito. We haven't catched in the medicine yet, so it was a spell item required for Plain Thunder.
Right.
But we found them all anyway, so.
Yeah, it'd be good for RCS if he just finds a way in Navarro before looking for. Well, he already has the medicine, but before he goes looking for the kid or anything like that.
Oh, Buzz is in the item room now, so once again, any any advantage Rose City Saint has quickly gets nullified.
Right. You're not going to see somebody pass up getting an item out of level 1.
No, I mean the only not the glove, not when the glove is still on the horizon, and not when you need a magic spell. But certainly you might see them pass up on one, and it being the boots or the hammer or something that comes to bite them in the back later on. But yeah, certainly not having the glove, there was no way.
And RCS has 8 heart containers.
No life spell though.
But they started with the candle, so kind of cheated their way to that one. But I'm sure that the little dig shakes out there made up for it. He's looking for a way up, RCS.
There's gem number 2 for Buzz. Rose City Saint's going back to the west here.
I think he's gonna go turn in that medicine. He's running into too many roadblocks.
Yeah, I mean he might.
Yeah, go ahead.
He might start dipping palaces because he's going the wrong way from Mito.
Yeah, Mito's up a bit, but this will avoid all the encounters. And then he hits this water patch, and then Mito's right on the other side of this water.
Oh, that's a nice spot for it. I thought it was on the extreme northwest.
So he's gonna cash it in.
Yeah, it's Thunder or Life at this point. He doesn't know that because he still hasn't. He hasn't got the. He hasn't got fire.
Yeah, I do really hope that this is Thunder, and then when he finally casts it and he's shooting fire beams at Thunderbird.
If this is Thunder, it's a race.
Yeah, I guess it is. From here, RCS could... Oh. But it's not.
But it's not, and I don't even believe he has the kid.
No.
Yeah.
I don't recall where Buzz got that kid, but...
Desert Tile almost like right after Darunia.
Oh, okay.
Or right before Darunia. Well, Buzz remembered where that glove block room was. Very easy to get to. Go down all the way, make rights. That's how they teach you to get to the boss rooms. That's in Z2R College. Or University of Z2R. Z2R Tech or Z2R A&M.
What are the other agricultural and machinery things that you can learn at Zelda 2 A&M?
Well, I think at Zelda 2 A&M you also get to keep your own tools as you go through the program.
Really?
Yeah, I believe I heard that. We're in 6 right now for Rose City Saint.
Nice smooth move for RCS getting through that first choke point in the fireball room, the fake Revo room, but then he turns around. He says, I don't even want to be here.
Nah, he might want to go to 3 instead of 6. He only has attack 3 still? No, he has attack 4 now. And there's 5. He does remember 3 is around the corner. There it is.
Oh, he says, no, this isn't 3, this is 5. This one's 3.
They're all right in the same spot anyway, so it doesn't really matter if you get it wrong.
Yeah.
But
yeah, these are real tight.
Yeah, he's gonna get this. He's gonna cheese this level. Get through a quick and dirty Palace 3, and then use that. I guess use that. Where would you go next? Would you go to 5 or would you go to 6? Assuming he gets attack 5.
Assuming if he gets attack 5, I'd go to P5 next. If I get Magic 5, I go to P6 next, I guess. If I'm being smart, you know. Here in the commentator's booth, that's a much easier thing to say.
What are your opinion on French Canadians?
Hold on, let me look at the chat list real quick. No, they're great. They're the best. Save that one.
Yeah, I didn't want you to look at the chat list, but oh well, whatever. I'll fix that in post-production.
I cheated?
Yeah, I'll fix that in post-production. No big deal.
You need some sound bites there you want me to get those later?
Oh, I have sound bites. You don't know what the sound bites I have yet.
RCS has found the skylit room, and Buzz is just a little bit behind RCS right now in this palace. Yep. Oh, and an item room for RCS.
It's funny you joked about Rose City Saint having his 8th heart container, but like you're seeing the disadvantage of having the 8th heart container right now. And I saw a race with you earlier in the week where you picked up a heart container and you're like, oh man, that was a mistake because you had to kill yourself for more magic.
Yeah, I really had too many heart containers. And this is still like RCS is in a situation, you know, he gets, it's a magic container, so that pretty much saves everything, really. I mean, I guess it almost had to be at this point.
I mean, magic container or magic key, those are the only things that Rose City Saint could have used. I mean, maybe he should have turned around or up-aid when he found the item room for the sake of pure speed. But, you know, I'm definitely not one turning away from an item. If it's the magic key, it's helpful in, 3 more palaces beyond this?
Yeah. No, if because, you know, again, he's sitting at 96 magic points still. Or he was. And, again, Fairy's 49, he can't cast it twice. So, something's got to give, man. In order to speed up, he needs something. He needs a magic level up that brings Fairy down at least 1, or a magic key, or a magic container. So he got 1, which is good. And it's good because, yeah, he can get an attack weapon.
So ever since the Zelda II Randomizer finals, the real tournament finals, back in, when was that? That was probably August when it concluded. Seeing Dig Shake take all those magic levels to get Fairy costs way down. I'm mindful now of varying my strategies on levels to where if I get an early Fairy, no magic key, I want to cast Fairy at least twice with magic. Yep. So I may be 2-6-3. Whereas before that, I probably would never put more than 3 into magic, no matter what the circumstances.
No, that race converted me as well. I just take all the levels now. I'm a full convert to the ways of Jacquemus's take everything you get.
Yeah. Remember when we made fun of him in the first tournament for doing that? Not me and you specifically, but it was against the grain because everyone did the low magic, low life. There's Palace 3 completed for Rose City Saint. Everyone did the low magic, low life. Grab all the attacks you can until attack 7, and then, use the remainder on whatever. Now, a lot of people are just like, whatever. Everyone's pretty much at the top of the leaderboard. The E-point leaderboard is comfortable doing Great Palace at even attack 4. So like there's no big priority of attack.
Right, and some of that owes to better skill at bosses and understanding. I can survive Thunderbird with attack 4, and as long as I get there, that has to be part of it because in 2016 really hardly anybody could compete for combat. But Jacquemus was playing this a long time, and he could frequently just destroy us. So it was never like, I never thought it felt like anything Jacquemus did was bad because he wrecked us on many occasions.
Speaking of rectums, Buzz Thunder places the gem in Palace 3.
Good segue. Ew. The RCS is doing the elevator game in P5, and he finds the up and left elevator. And he's going to the bottom, and he gets the down and left.
So Palace is 5 and 6 left for Buzz Thunder. They're both on the Western continent. Rose City Saint has 4, 5, and 6 left. He knows a little bit about 4. I don't know exactly. We'll have to ask him why he bailed out of 4 without completing it. We speculate that it was a magic fairy key situation thing.
Yeah, if we hear from him and say that, he just felt like he'd be doing it a lot faster if he came back later with, more magic or whatever, I have to give him a lot of credit for that because he probably would have had a hell of a time getting through there and then getting to Karok.
So Buzz does have a 1 gem lead. They both have relatively the same items. Buzz has Fire as Thunder. I don't know why I marked Thunder for Rose City Saint.
Yeah, he doesn't have it yet.
I'm sorry, that's Reflect, not Thunder. I don't know what these items... I've never played this game before, so I don't know what these symbols mean. But the real story of the game was Rose City Saint's exploration of the Western continent, and I wouldn't say refusal, but wanting to have downstab before he went to the east, perhaps, and taking a long time to arrive at the pass-through cave that led to the water-blocked town of Mito to get downstab. It was probably a 29-minute adventure to get there, while Buzz Thunder was already in the east for about maybe 5 or 10 minutes by that point.
Yeah, and now Buzz has Magic 6. So it looks like he's willing to push, cast Thunders deeper into his pool of magic. There he's doing it again and again. Also, he's in P5, so I guess he didn't really get too concerned about his keys. So that's what I was getting at earlier with the decision of going to P5 or P6 depending on your key situation, because P5 really isn't all that demanding of keys or fairy spell, but P6 very much is.
So one of the things I don't see players doing, and of course it's a time killer, but I don't see them. There's a knockback for Rose City Saint. He saves it, so he'll get through. He's about 1 room behind Buzz at this point, 2 rooms behind. There were extra keys in these Swiss flags in Palace 5 that nobody ever seems to get. The left side of the elevator rooms, the ones, the ones with the blocks. If you have upstab or I think it works with jump as well, because you can break the block above your head and then cast jump and break the block above that. You can get to the keys there if you ever need a key in a pinch.
Yeah, they take less than 15 seconds to get, I'd say. So they're considerably better than some of the other keys.
Yeah, PAL 6 as well. When you're dropping down, if you're dropping down to the left, you can get a couple keys there as well. And this is in Swiss flags where there are the P bags are converted into keys, but they could appear there as well in the other flags as well. And I think that's probably why a lot of times we feel like there are less keys when you take that option off, because the keys are getting converted there, they're getting randomized there, and nobody ever really checks there.
Nope. Do you ever in P6 in the infinite elevator room where there's that alcove on the right, do you ever see the key over there and just say, I'm not going over there?
Yeah, I'm not going over. Anywhere there are keys, all the locations we've mentioned so far, there are, bubbles that you're just going to keep jumping into, and that'll even slow you down more. So that key up the top there as well, where Rose City Saint is right now, I don't see a lot of people jumping to get that either.
Nope.
But he does find a dead end here.
Now the bus finds the item room and just turns on its heels.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Rose City Saint does when he finds that.
I think if I were 5 magic containers and I didn't have Thunderfire, yeah, I might be looking for a 6 magic container, but in his situation, he doesn't need anything.
Yeah, he already cast Spell, he already cast Reflect. So what do you need, what do you need the magic for? Just Thunderbird and Fairy to get through a couple doors, maybe. He was in Palace 3, I don't know his key situation, but he probably grabbed a couple.
One thing to note is that Buzz still doesn't have Downstab, does he?
No, he has not been into Mito.
So now that he's out of magic, he's been basically using Thunderfire to replace his missing Downstab. And so now he's out of magic, he's kind of having a damage boost through the rooms, which is still pretty interesting. And they've been in this palace for a long time.
Well, Rose City Saint's in the Eco Key room, and I think Buzz is going where Rose City Saint was before, and there it is, the key on top of the ledge room. So he's going to find the dead end, and Rose City Saint's going to find Gooma.
Right, Gooma and Jace. They're out of rooms. We've seen everything. Make us proud, man.
Yeah, both these players are going to do the boring jump in, hit him, fight, and walk away. Rose City Saint stays in there and just times the jumps. So I know Buzz likes to go in there and do like a little bit of a figure 8, bouncing off of him, running away, coming back.
Yeah, this attack 4 is... I don't think RCS could afford to really do something like that right now. It'd take him a minute.
No, he has life 6, 8 heart containers though, so he was able to stand and take a few hits. I mean, Buzz has life 7 and 7 heart containers, so it's not really much different. But we're back even again at 4 gems apiece.
Buzz is dipping into his next bar of magic. Sends a red jar into the ceiling though, and now he needs the fairy spell, so he had to... It's a good thing that jar's there, but he had to realize that the Eco Key room was left.
Oh, here we are in 6. Rose City Saint passes up that key.
Oh, look out, Buzz. Buzz should probably cast a shield spell even if he doesn't have it. Bam. Right in the ass.
Oh, man. That was the greatest thing ever said in the commentary. Bam, right in the ass.
Now, we could try to replace Gooma's spiked ball with a carrot or something.
Yeah, why the carrot has not made its way into any randomizer yet, I don't know, but it certainly should.
Now, the Buzz doesn't have life. He's took plenty of damage. RCS is in the dead end room. Okay. I think what's he gonna do? He's gonna have to go left through the annoying fairy room. Well, not fairy, but bubble room.
Yeah, if you have jump here, it's less annoying, but it's still annoying because these bubbles, they're just timed to knock you down when you jump, and it doesn't seem like you can get away from it.
No, this room's terrible. It's one of those rooms in Zelda 2 that's actually very annoying. Even if you know exactly, what's going to happen, you just go, I don't even know what to do. I've got every tool in the game, and it's still annoying.
Oh, you don't have to touch that room in vanilla, right?
No.
Says the guy who just completed an NMG run for 5th place.
And when I ran all keys the other night, I went down the elevator to where the Canadian hole lets you back up. Also not on the route.
Yeah, not on the route. I like when I'm playing and I'm doing all right, and I just go down Great Palace and I make a right in the entrance.
Nice.
It's like I don't know what I'm doing. I just go right, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a second. Wait a minute. All right, Rose City Saint here is in the Rebo Neck sub-boss pass-through.
Oh yeah, it is the pass-through. I was thinking it was the item room and thinking, dang.
I took a second, too, before I said it, because I thought it was the item room as well. But yeah, the item room just has the ledge and the statue on it, and this one has the heads on the wall. Buzz gets knocked right into the lava. Didn't even react to save it.
Yeah, it's too bad for RCS that he's not finding this room much later into the palace than he'd have a... It's one of those indicator rooms like having T-Bird and P7. After that room, you're going to have to find either a drop or Barba. Or the item room, because you can't enter that room from the right side at all.
Right, and the logic of the game dictates that you have to be able to get through, not only access every room, and there's the item room now for Rose City Saint, he's actually going to go through with it. Logic not only dictates that you have to be able to get to every room, but you have to be able to get to the exit, which means through the boss room, or back to the beginning when you take drops and such. So,
yeah,
the other side of that room, it could have been a dead end as well.
Yeah, well, there are no rightward dead ends in P6 that aren't, besides Barba and the item room.
Oh, you're right, because there's the only ones are the ones that you drop down into.
Right, if it were that, then you could enter the Rebo fight from the right and lock the game up.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, from this point, until he finds a drop that, drops him back, like, loops him backward in the game, he's into an area where he has to find something good.
So the key is in 5, then. The key is in... Could be in 5.
Doesn't RCS have it?
Did he just pick it up in 6?
RCS... No. I think RCS picked up the key in 5. He's been walking through every door. Maybe just end up with a bunch of extra keys?
No, he just walked in front of that door and had to cast Fairy.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. He must have had a surplus of keys.
Yeah, the magic container was in 6, so yeah, that does put the key in 5.
Oh, it looked like RCS might have hit a ceiling walk pixel there on the last drop, but he ends up finding the backtrack room, and now he's at the right side of the fairy chute room. So he's got to do more dropping. And at the bottom of this series of drops, if it's not a loop, it will be the backtrack all the way to the very beginning. So luckily he has enough magic to cast fairy again. Oh, and yeah, Buzz is refilling his magic. Couldn't tell if he was doing that or working up the courage to make that jump.
Rose City Saint stops the scroll on the way in, so Barber doesn't have to spawn in the 3rd lava pit, but does. I don't know what the leeway is on that for slowing down.
Yeah, not too certain myself.
But he almost stabs himself right into the lava. Was able to save it on the way down.
Whoa.
Meanwhile, Buzz is in 6 as well. He's going to go through the Rebo pass-through room. So 4 was very quick. So if Rose City Saint can haul ass and get over there, he could possibly tie this up before Buzz is even at Barbo.
Yeah, that'd be good for him, and maybe he'll get attack 5 before he puts the gem in. Oh no, it's life 7 before attack 5. Good lord. Well, he'll get attack 5 out of this.
Yeah, which certainly is enough. I mean, you have to be Carrick, and that's has nothing to do with your attack levels.
Right.
But certainly Thunderbird at attack 5 versus attack 7, a little bit different.
Yeah, he really could use that attack level before he fought 2 of the beefier bosses in the game. So now we're gonna see what's he gonna do about his Thunder Spell situation.
It looks like he's gonna walk over to Mito.
Yeah, he's looking for the river. He's heading back to the dock.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. He already picked up life in Mito.
Yeah, so no matter what town he ends up getting a spell from at this point, it's going to be Thunder.
So here's another area people neglect where Buzz is right now in Swiss. Go grab a key. The 2 bubbles or 2 flying enemies are just the annoying part about being there. Especially if you wanted to save magic for the drop down if you have to cast Fairy to go through that screen.
Yeah, that's the main reason I will not be going up there, is because my magic is so valuable in this place. Yeah.
Fire Thunder does work on Thunderbird. It works wherever Thunder is sold.
RCS is back in the north of the eastern continent, but it looks like the north is divided sideways. The northwest corner is where New Baru is with the Thunderfire spell.
Yeah, and the northeast corner is where they got to with Palace 2.
Yeah, so he needs to... I guess he'll have to find a cave in order to find New Baru.
Yeah, and there's nowhere to get over there from where he is, so he does have to take that cave. We know it's not Bonner Cave. It was probably the... I'm not even sure. Buzz went through all the caves earlier.
Yeah, I think that was like yesterday by now.
Yeah, and Rose City Saint hasn't dipped through any of the caves yet, so there's a chance that he might be taking Bonner Pass. And while he's looking for that, Buzz is at Barba now.
And Buzz has to do a jumpless, but it's not really going to hurt him very much.
Alright, here's Kasuto for Rose City Saint, but he's been there already. That's where he got the jump spell. Yeah, and you can't access that area from the water.
Can he peek up in the... No, he doesn't want to.
He did peek up there. It was all rock blocked.
Oh, okay. Alright, final gem in for Buzz. Looks like he'll walk it out and take his final level up. Not this cave, but this cave?
Oh, this is the Valley of Death Cave, I believe. It's one of them. Well, there's his kid. Now we can get the item in Darunia.
Right, so he's got the kid and he's got the town right here.
I'm sorry, the spell in Darunia.
So it's kind of funny, the kid did lead to the thunder spell. Whatever way you slice it. Don't slice the kid, though.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get away with that.
It's a bit biblical.
Speaking of biblical, remember that commercial Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard? No, it was on my mind because I said before, wherever the thunder is sold, and it just reminded me of that commercial. It's like, buy it at B. Dalton, Walden Books, or wherever paperbacks are sold.
Yes, I do remember how to use Dianetics.
And I didn't know, like, way before, like, I don't even know what Scientology is still to this day, but way before I even knew what it was, like, I remember, like, that commercial made a lasting impression on me. Just, not for any political or, lifestyle reasons. It's just I remember it being on and, like, how in your face it was.
Yeah. Yeah, this is late night TV commercials.
I think it had explosions and volcanoes in the background.
Really?
And like text that was just in your face.
Wow.
It's very powerful.
Did it play 3 times in a row?
I feel like it, and I have to look this up on YouTube, and I'm sure I'll be posting it in Discord. I feel like it gave like a passage. Oh no, how does that happen to people like Buzz Thunder? It gave like a passage from the book, and then it'd be like Dianetics, and then it would give like another passage or something like that, and it was just like, so yeah, it had the 3 things repeating kind of template. So we're dropping right away into the top floor of the L7 room. So very linear Great Palace so far. Rose City Saint is back in 4.
Yeah, and Buzz, I don't even think he has the choice to try to do something silly like get on the ceiling in the L7 room and desequence the palace. You ever get to that room and just count your blessings that you don't have the jump spell?
No, because I never even attempted it. Attempted to try it. I've seen people try to do it and fail so many times that it's like just doesn't resonate as something that it's a possibility for me.
I get to that room without the jump spell, I'm like, oh, thank goodness. You know me, I can't resist.
No.
I can't resist that kind of stuff.
And I think the only person who would... Oh, wow, look at this room.
Beautiful.
Rose City Saint has to take his 8 heart containers in Life 7 and die at Carrick.
Grief. What a game. Oh, dead end.
So we're going back to the elevator to make a left there. Buzz jumps in the lava, but he's going to be... Well, he has to get his magic back for Fairy, I guess. Nope, he's going to up A. So it was quicker... It was kind of equidistant, but then he would have to work with a life down.
Did RCS test his fire spell?
I don't know if he did or not. Honestly, I was watching Buzz in Great Palace.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to miss somebody testing the fire spell. I can't just watch him until like 5 minutes until he finally casts it, if that's how long it takes.
Yeah, and his beam sword throws me off as well. He did, everyone's saying.
Sweet.
And everyone, I mean one person. Well, not now, 3 people said it. That's about as many people as answered the cookie question of the day. What is your favorite cookie? Couple failed fairy feats there.
Ugh. Dang. He's gonna drop in the lava and try again.
Yeah, he's going to try it again. He's just going to go through.
Oh, he just doesn't have the gentle Z1 touch, where you gotta do an entire speed run where you gotta do like 36 one-frame taps just to do the route. Sploosh. That was another one.
So here's an answer in chat for favorite cookie. All of them.
All of them. It's of course, Jack the Sage. If you want the realest answer, I think that usually you can get that from Jack.
All right, well, we're in Great Palace now for Rose City Saint. Buzz is going to try to make his way back. Here's a theater room with an elevator up. What is your favorite controller to one-frame tap? How about a logical question that applies to everybody?
Well, I always use the brick. I don't even have any dog bones, and the Super NES controller. You know, the NES controller, the one I've been doing one-frame taps on for 2.5 years. Your grandma Snickers. Yeah, that was another one that Grandpa used to make. That's the answer to the question, the best cookie without chocolate, right? The Snickerdoodle.
I never had a Snickerdoodle, but Joshy D brought up some sort of cookie he was eating. I don't even know if it was a cookie or if it was just like,
Oh, his snackaroon?
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't a snack. It was a macaroon, but snackaroon, that's right. After I saw that, I lost it. I went offline for 3 days.
No, you were justified. That's not a cookie.
Well, also not a cookie is Thunderbird. I don't want to say we've seen a lot of this Great Palace for Dark Link to be in the next room. In fact,
I've seen a couple of drops.
Yeah, I think there was only one place you can go left, but then there was a room you could drop into early as well. So there might be like Enchantress of Numbers room on the other side of Thunderbird, and then Dark Link right after that.
Yeah, I think there's probably a 50-50 somewhere in Buzz's future.
But then there's also the 2 right side dead end rooms as well, so something has to open up somewhere. And I think I've only seen 1 or 2 of the elevator rooms out of the 4 as well.
Oh, what? Come on.
Yeah, see, that doesn't sit well with me.
Did they have the Bullcrap Grand Palace flag clicked on?
Yeah, well, if you go left of Jackamus room, it's probably every room in the world after that.
Yeah, and some rooms from P2.
Yeah, exactly. But representing the Painus Thunder, Buzz Thunder is in the Dark Link room ready to put a bow on this and go into the finals and compete for the gold medal.
Yeah. Let's see, he's going to finish up with a time of 125, almost 126 flat. Just brings it right in there. Well, good game for Buzz.
No, Game Boy, it's not always the thing on Swiss flags. It has doesn't matter what the flags are, except I guess if Thunderbird's not required, where stuff is. No, Thunderbird room and Dark Link's room are not linked in any of the flag settings. They're just random. But it just seems to happen more times than not where Dark Link would be right after. Yeah, so did Buzz do this loop that Rose City Saints in right now? I don't know if I recognized either of those rooms. Well, there's the drop-in room, so there's my answer right there. So he's all the way back now. If he goes right, it's the fairy room he went through before to the dead end. He'll have to go left to the hook room and then go back down the elevator and go left.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can also play with Thunderbird not required, but still in the shuffle. And then when you find Thunderbird, there's no guarantee that Dark Link is after Thunderbird. Could be, could not be. It could have been a dead end or a drop room to go somewhere else. So those are fun to play, to mix them up.
Yeah, basically the Grand Palace rooms are formed only to assure that you can reach every room, and that's the end of it. No, RCS is loading up the fire spell.
And we are joined by Buzz Thunder right now. Hello, good game.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Congratulations, way to carry the team.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Enos. I'm trying.
Bias
Um,
commentary in the booth.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Penis.
Uh,
Did I really win that race?
yeah, well, why didn't you think you won? Because of your time?
Because of my time? No. Well, the first thing um wa was the fact that I had to double back for the flute, and then when I found the glove and won, I mean, I just thought I was done for.
Oh, yeah.
Very, I thought I was very far behind because yeah, when I saw the flute there and died, I was just like, well, you know what? Just I never use that thing anyways. I'm just gonna up A and go. And the one time I do that is the time that I shouldn't, right?
I don't think you ever probably should do what you did there, but it really wasn't that costly in the grand scheme of things.
It just
No.
seemed like it because I ended up exploring every possible inch of the eastern continent before I realized that. And then there was all the time that I wasted in Palace 2. I don't know what did you guys see in that one?
Well,
Because
I
for
mean,
me it was all negative stuff.
yeah, I mean, well, we obviously we mentioned the flute thing because we were hoping that it was going to be flute required as soon as you did that. It turns out that you didn't when you got the trophy. It took you a long time before you went back to get the whatever was in. I don't even know where I was going there to turn it in for the spell.
Yeah.
To get reflect to then go into 4 and complete 4, which was easily accessible. And then the boots were in 4, so the boots got you up there. Rose City Saint got up there with the boots and not the flute. To the Maze Island, that is. He just defeated Thunderbird and he's on Darklink right now. The big difference between you and Rose City Saint is you dove to the east almost instantly as soon as you were done with everything. He spent
Yeah.
the greater part of 10 minutes, maybe more, forcing himself to find Mito for downstab.
Yeah, I that was at the back of my mind the whole seed. Um but I was just like, man, I thought I saw every piece of the Western continent, but I didn't see Mito. But I don't know, I saw everything else, and then I never it never was a really big deal, so I just never went back and looked for it.
Yeah, it turned out to work just fine, right? And
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, it's I wouldn't call it a crutch, but it's definitely something that you want to have, and a lot of people will have that in their mind. I have to go back and get that, because we got Fairy almost instantly. But hey, where's Mito? Well, you know what? If you can't find it, so where was Mito? That's a good question.
well, it was. Do you remember where the Long Bridge was? Kind of in the southwest.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so there was water northeast of it or northwest of that, and so there was one of the caves that crossed over to where Mito was, but also the boots could get you there. But
Okay, so
yeah,
boots or
Yeah,
boots or
jump
cave.
short cave.
jump cave in the right direction. Jump cave left to
Okay,
right.
okay.
So you were
Yeah.
very quick also to recognize that Fairy Cave got you through to the other side. Rose City Saint did a double inspect everything before he went to the grave tile to go that way. And then once again, like redouble inspected everything looking for Mito before going east. So that got you off to a pretty good lead. He was right behind you, even with gems for the most part, throughout the whole thing. But you grabbing Thunderfire when you did seemed to be one of the bigger decisions.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, that sped up. The palace is just a ton because I abused the hell out of that. I don't know if you guys saw where I actually killed a bubble just for the fun of it. With
Yeah, it
that,
took
I
4.
casted it like 10
Yeah,
times in a row.
yeah. Was that 10? Yeah, it looked like it screen only flashed 4 times. So
Well, yeah, it probably wasn't that many, but I would just mashed on select because I was like, fuck this bubble. I mean, this I don't like this bubble. I'm gonna kill it with thunder. Is what I meant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it you know, right, like you're saying, downstab can having it can save you some time, but it happened out that the fire spell being thunder and 8 magic cost kind of lets you just replace downstab in a lot of rooms as a time saver. You just hold left and select instead of hold left and down.
Yeah, completely. The only thing is that Fairy was pretty pricey all the way through. I think I only found one magic container.
Yeah.
Um, so
It,
that was the only thing where when I was in 6, it was weird because I was so used to spamming it on everything And then when I was in 6, I was like, oh wait, I can't be casting this all the time. I got to save up for a spare for my fairy cast now.
Yeah, and
So
it didn't help RCS any that he had one more magic container either. He had the same exact issues, except he didn't have Thunderfire the whole time.
So what
Yeah.
chat really wants to know is, when you were in Palace 2, what were you thinking casting Fairy in that key room?
Casting fairy in the key room. Yeah, I that was pretty bad. I was just like, well, I need to get past this guy, and that's the good way to do it. But I didn't realize that I had to pick up the key. Was that the dig shake room, actually?
You mean the one where he was against Unos in the finals of the 2016 Zelda II Randomizer and didn't pick up the key?
Yes, I do mean that.
Yeah, that was probably that room, yes.
I didn't
Yeah,
know that
that
was a thing.
was. Yeah,
Well,
that
yeah.
was horribly silly that I cast. That's why I call that the dig shake room. I hope that catches on.
He didn't grab that key, Unos, and in not grabbing that key, somewhere down the line, he had to do what Rose City Saint did in this game and try to die with high health to get magic to
Yeah.
fairy through the door, and yeah, and you won that game.
Yeah, it was Palace 4. There weren't enough lives and magic casts to be able to complete it.
But we're joined by Rose City Saint right now. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Have you found Mito yet?
Just finally, yes. And boy, what a trip that was.
Why don't you take us through the early going-ons there? It looked like you had difficulty finding the way out of the first area, and then it looked like you were trying to find Mito for downstab before you went to the east.
Yeah, that very first area, I mean, I had a good hunch that you were going to have to go through a grave tile to go through Fairy Cave, and it presented you with Fairy easily enough. So that wasn't a problem, but obviously I wasted a ton of time looking for Mito, circling the continent a couple of times. I almost gave up on it. And then when I realized that I hadn't seen either end of Jump Cave, I decided to look for that. And it led me right to Mito, but by then I think it was too late. And then I had a really hard time finding Thirsty Lady Town as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'd say you pretty much exactly summed up the difference in your time and Buzz's.
He was able to locate Mito and Thirsty Lady just a little bit faster.
He never bothered to locate Mito is exactly actually what happened, but he did find the Thirsty Lady Town much sooner.
Oh, yeah, well, that'll do it. Yeah, that Thunderfire, that was going to be an advantage for some other things that you did too.
Not necessarily, because he needed to save and hold off on magic to cast Fairy, because he had low magic containers where you had a couple of extra. So he could only cast, for the most part, Fairy once before needing to take a death. So, I mean, he could cast, Thunderfire until he's able to use that magic for a Fairy, and then not so much afterwards. He was leaning on it in a couple places, but there were a couple places where he was slowed down as well. You were very close, even though it took you a little bit to get over to the Eastern Continent. Even at Gems, maybe even ahead at Gems at times, you were the first to the glove, you were the first to reflect. But the finding Thunder was one of the big holdups. And then you were in 4 with the means to complete Palace 4, but you bailed out of there. Was that a magic key situation?
Yeah, absolutely. I could only cast Fairy once at that time, and that Palace is kind of brutal on keys. I thought it would be best if with the Swiss flags, if you did, Palace 3 first, you tend to get some extra keys. I think by the time I finished 5, I had like 4 or 5 keys. So, yeah, I definitely just wanted to hold off on 4. And also, once I got the item out of 4, you may as well hold off on that point just for routing purposes. It was right next to GP, so there was no harm in leaving that for later.
What is your favorite type of cookie?
Oh, anything peanut butter.
And Buzz?
Oh, wow.
Favorite type of cookie? I like these. My mom calls them Frem cookies. They're kind of like granola cookies that she makes. Good granola sugar cookies, I would guess.
Does anybody eat those cookies that are like biscuits with that stupid baby with the bonnet on the cover of the damn package that you want to punch with your fist?
No, I don't do that.
Who would buy those things? Are those for like teething children? Like, what's the purpose of those cookies?
Okay, let me Google that. Can you give me a better description?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what you're talking about either.
Biscuit-like cookie kid with bonnet is like the spokesperson. Think of like the Dutch boy painter, but like female, and a bonnet, like a red checkered tablecloth like bonnet. Somebody in chat has to know what I'm talking about.
You got a spokesman that can't speak. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Sorry, just have a. When you said peanut butter cookie, I'm going to bring in Girl Scout cookies here. Peanut butter patties are a thing, but what I discovered recently was I have a honey flavored peanut butter, and I put that on a shortbread Girl Scout cookie. If you do that, it tastes exactly like a peanut butter patty.
Nice move.
I just randomly did it. I was like, wait, this is exactly the same cookie. But apparently the chocolate doesn't even have a flavor in those peanut butter patties, because if I fed you both of them, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
I like that you both came in here with an answer to a favorite cookie that didn't involve chocolate.
Yeah, you know, chocolate goes well with peanut butter cookies, but the peanut butter comes first and foremost.
Did you get somebody get your peanut butter cookie in their chocolate, or the chocolate in your peanut butter cookie?
Yeah. If they're both together, I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that question. I think that's a setup.
That was a Family Guy reference, wasn't it?
I'd say Reese's peanut butter cup reference.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, there was a Family Guy
hold on.
sketch
No,
that,
no, hold on.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Here's a Family Guy reference. What tease Peter off? What is that? What really grinds his gears? How come every time I do like an 80s reference, someone's like, "Oh yeah, Family Guy."
Oh.
It's like, oh, you're such an idiot. Like, there were things, Family Guy referenced something else before that. Like, why does everyone think everything's a Family Guy reference?
Well, because Family Guy touched on everything at some point, so.
I mean, Simpsons did it first.
Yeah, for the most part. But that's actually a South Park episode that did Simpsons did it.
I heard it both ways. I'm thinking the cookie I'm thinking about is Lorna Doodles, but I can't find the packaging that has the stupid kid with the bonnet on it.
Also, windmill cookies.
Oh, windmill cookies. Yeah, I haven't had that in probably 20 years.
Is that like a Keebler pinwheel with there's like a bigger Malamar?
Oh, it's windmill cookies, kind of like a crunchy, seasoned like cloves, cinnamon type of seasoning cookie.
Oh, okay, it's nothing like what I was talking about.
Well, that's the one. It's like a vanilla and chocolate crunch, but then like the outside is pink, I think, like ringed with like pink sprinkles, pink sugar. Is that what you mean? No?
Not me.
Oh, wow. That's what I thought he meant by pinwheels. I wonder what I'm thinking of.
I think that answer was so dumbfounding, it says fell on the floor. But yeah, does anybody know what I'm talking about? Like, there's these cookies. I'm looking up pictures of, like, this is what I Googled. I Googled cookies, Nabisco cookies. And, I found these old style. Remember chocolate snaps and, like, the chocolate chip cookies? They were in, like, miniature boxes, almost like an animal cracker box. And one of them was red for the chocolate chip, and the other one was brown for the chocolate snaps.
No, but that sounds terribly fun.
It doesn't ring a bell.
How old are you guys? You guys are around my age.
I'm 7 years younger than you.
I'm 37, man.
I'm also 37.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I
didn't realize I was the young guy.
I just put the link to the picture in the chat.
Buzz, how many times have you been thrown into a locker, like shoved into a locker and locked in there?
0.
0? Okay.
Yeah. Why do you say that?
I'm just curious.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Moving on.
I will not end this broadcast until I find out what these damn cookies are.
What's the type of okay, so
it was like a shortbread cookie, I guess. So like a grandma cookie, like something that kids wouldn't think were fun or edible. But it was like a shortbread kind of like biscuit style cookie, and it was and there was just this annoying looking kid with stupid bonnet on the front.
I just get distracted every time you say biscuit. It just takes me in a different direction.
Biscuits are cookies. We had an English gentleman in the commentary booth the other day.
Oh, that's what they call them over in Europe.
Yeah, but there's like a I don't know, like a biscuit type cookie. It's just like a square shortbread. And I can't for the life of me find it. Nobody in chat's helping me out. Armageddon Time's just talking about digestive cookies. It's not a digestive cookie. I'm pretty sure it was a Lorna Doone, but it just had a different box.
I used to really like the soft like Chips Ahoy. They were just chocolate chip, but they were the chewy ones.
Yeah, chewy
Those
Chips
are
Ahoy.
really good. Yeah, those are really good.
Do you guys like M&Ms in your cookies?
Sure, why not?
No, I don't. From my experience, they never really come out right. I guess if I'm talking homemade, it's like they get, the shell gets all burnt and stuff like that.
The wife was in here trying to help out with the cookie situation, but she gave an emphatic no to the M&M answer.
I'm not a fan of peanuts in my cookies or my ice cream. But I can eat peanuts, stand alone.
Agreed. Keep everything out of brownies too.
Yeah, everything out of brownies. That's a good point.
Yeah, peanuts are supposed to be salty, so I don't think you should throw those into a cookie. Like you can eat cookies and then have peanuts, on the side and kind of do it that way if you want. Go back and forth from sweet and salty. I like to do that a lot.
You just eat your peanuts first and then enjoy the brownie afterwards.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, more annoying. Everyone gets to answer this question. I found the cookie, by the way, but more annoying. Ready? Somebody eating pizza with a fork and knife, or chocolate-covered pretzels.
Ooh. I'll go pizza with the fork and knife. I don't have any issue with chocolate-covered pretzels.
Yeah, same.
That's a tough one, man. I don't like getting chocolate all over my fingers.
And even depending on the size of the slice of pizza, that can be excusable. The smaller the slice, the less excusable.
I mean, there's only one situation where I would forgive somebody for using a fork and knife to eat pizza. You don't need the knife part. You can cut it perfectly fine with a fork, first of all. Right out of the toaster oven, like day-old pizza heated up in a toaster oven. You're hungry and you really don't want to hold it because it's still at like 450 degrees, but you want to eat it now. Like, I could forgive somebody for scooping it, like, the first few bites with a fork.
Oh.
I like to slice it into, like, fingers, like long strips for reheating. And then you can just pick it up with your hands, and it's, kind of like, it makes it more of a finger food than reheated.
All right, the cookie is called National Arrowroot Biscuit, and it's by Nabisco.
National Arrowroot Biscuit?
It's made with vegetable shortening and pure creamery butter. Yeah.
Out of all the cookies you could choose, you choose the Armorade butter having cookie, you head having ass.
It comes in 2 cellophane packs for freshness.
I'm looking at a Google image of it right now. Yes, this is a punch me in the face type baby.
Right? Am I wrong? Like, this exists. And everyone thought I was probably making this up.
I wish he would close his damn mouth.
Like, what's the tongue about? Like, you such cocky kid. And, like, get those contacts out of your face. You're freaking 1-year-old. You don't need to be wearing blue contacts.
Yeah, this baby is not as swaggy as he thinks he is.
Wonder if they sell these anymore. But, yeah, no, now that I found this, that's all. Do you have anything else? This is dead.
I'm here. My wife's talking too, and she's telling me more things about the arrowroot biscuit right now. So I'll fill you in briefly.
All right, let me first say that Buzz is going to be moving on to the gold medal match, and Rose is saying you lost, but you still have one more race left. You're going to be competing for the bronze. Opponent yet to be determined. We're going to be showing that race tomorrow night. On tomorrow night or Monday night? Probably tomorrow night. Nearm versus Jackamus Wedge, so tune in for that. But what are you going to do going forward? Anything differently? First, we'll start with you, Buzz.
Anything different? Nope. I'm gonna try to, get the required items and avoid everything else.
Will you ever pass up the horn again?
Yes, I definitely will, because of the fact that I that I had to go back for it this time, even though I didn't have to go back, but that's the one out of the 1 million seeds that it happened, so it'll never happen to me again.
And Rose City Saint, what about you?
Yeah, I have no regrets. I just think Buzz happened to play a good game. I will invest the time to look for downstab. I know a lot of guys will finish the game without it, but for me, it's worth it. So I look forward to playing for the bronze. I was never supposed to be here. I drew Dig Shake in the first round. It was a minor miracle just to be here.
And do we have any last words about the cookie?
No.
No. Okay. My wife has spoken for me. She says no.
So all that information, all that stalling and filibustering I just did, it just no is what it all boiled down to.
She says that she has fed these to like babies at the hospital. These in real life. In real life?
Well,
Yeah, not in the hospital, in real life.
Oh, she actually says in real life, as when she was a kid, which means that yes, this is back in the 80s and 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember getting those cookies and being all disappointed, and then not wanting to get those cookies when I went to the store. But I would definitely check out the chocolate Nabisco chocolate chip and chocolate snap cookies that used to be around. And I got to go see if I can buy them anywhere. I know my dad was a huge fan of the chocolate snap variety. But thank you both for the race. Good luck in your next race. And Yunus, thanks a lot for helping me out.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Good luck, Buzz.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Buzz Thunder winning the semifinal round with a time of 1 hour and 26 minutes to Rose City Saints 1 hour and 30 minutes. Buzz is going to be moving on to play in the gold medal round. His opponent's going to be Nearm or Jackamus Wedge. The loser of that match will take on Rose City Saint for the final for the bronze medal. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time. Tomorrow night we're going to do Nearm versus Jackamus Wedge, I'm being told. And then we'll have the gold medal rounds and look for the first round of Tetris and Super Mario Brothers 1 coming soon. And make sure you come hard with the answer to the daily question, which will probably revolve somewhere around cookies, popcorn, canned foods, or frozen foods, or maybe even ice cream. Who knows? But we'll see you guys then.
Huh.